Hey guys, today we are going to be doing a lot of really fun things. We have our giveaway winner. I'm going to be hitting on where we are with trying to conceive, and I have some other cool information to share with you guys, so I'm excited. I'm really tired. We've had a very stressful week. Some really stupid things have happened, and yeah, so a lot of it relating to my stepdaughter, my husband's daughter, and just random things like that. So the winner for our giveaway for a $20 gift certificate to Kelly's Closet is Andra McManus. If you could go ahead and email me, Andra, and then I will send that out to you. We're gonna do a 200 subscriber giveaway next. So once we get to 200 subscribers, and this one, the 200 subscriber giveaway, we are going to be doing a TTC and a pregnancy giveaway, because I don't know if I'm going to be pregnant by then, so I figured we'd do both. So today I am on cycle day 17, and I have no idea what's going on with my body. On cycle day 10, I had bloody CM, and then I had EWCM for a while, from cycle day 10 to 16. But I've been crampy and nauseous, but I don't know if that's stress related. I like to think it's not, but I'm assuming it probably is. And that's been happening since cycle day 13, and I know that that means that would be too early for ovulation to have happened and then implanted and all that stuff. So I'm assuming it's stress related. So I have no idea what's going on with my body at all. I probably should have gotten ovulation strips, and I didn't. I didn't think I would need them because I felt ovulation last cycle, on cycle day 12, but I haven't felt anything other than I've been really crampy, so it's really weird. I don't know. On the 26th of this month, Sophia is turned 3 months in heaven, and that was a really rough day for me, and I don't know why. We've been doing really well, and I guess maybe it's just everything else that's kind of been added to what's been going on, but it was just really hard for me to focus on all the good things that day, and it was kind of a huge bummer to be around, but it happens, right? So now that we're getting closer to being pregnant, I know that sounds stupid, but in my head, it's never taken us longer than 4 months. So like every day, we're just a little bit closer to that 4-month mark. And then I know by then we should be pregnant. And if we're not, then we're gonna start fertility treatments at 3 months. We'll be put on Clomid. So if this cycle doesn't stick and next cycle doesn't, then we're gonna be on Clomid. But because like we're getting closer to the whole pregnancy part of everything, I'm starting to have some fears about being high risk and everything that entails, and also I've been really worrying if we PCS before we're pregnant, or if we have to PCS while we're pregnant if my doctor can't do anything about it because he said he'll fight it. What that'll look like for me, because I don't know, it's just, I guess after you have a stillbirth, you either trust your doctor or you don't. And I've seen and read that a lot of people stick with their doctor because they have an emotional attachment with you about the previous pregnancy. So they will do everything to prevent it from happening again, where when you switch to a new doctor, they're kind of like, oh, well, I don't think it'll happen under my watch. And then they kind of are passive about things. And so that kind of freaks me out. I'm also really worried that I'm going to be panicky the entire pregnancy, and I don't want to. I really want to celebrate the pregnancy, and that's the reason, that's the whole, well, one of the reasons for the vlogs is so that I can kind of have my experience with the pregnancy documented for myself and for my husband, because Sophia was supposed to be our last, and we didn't really do anything because we were so afraid of losing her. And even when we got to the point where we didn't think we were going to lose her, it was really hard to be excited about everything. So I figured vlogging would be an awesome way for us to be excited. And I'm really worried about having an uncontrollable birth plan. And this is what I mean by that, because because of her birth, because of the fact that it was a placental abruption, and we can only assume that it was labor, labor caused it because there were no other signs. I don't have a blood clotting disorder. I did not have trauma. There was legitimately no reason why it should have happened. And so because of that, we don't know if the next time when I go into labor, because I will be induced at 37 weeks, like for sure won't go past that, because that reduces the chance of a placental abruption in half. But when I get induced on Pitocin again, because both my boys were born through Pitocin-induced labors, I have to have an epidural, because if anything goes wrong, if the heart rate dips, any signs that something isn't right, it's going to be an immediate C-section for me. And I have huge fears on that, because I have heard so many stories, and this is stupid, right? I'm trying to conceive. I shouldn't even be worrying about it, but I am. But I've heard so many stories of people who have had the epidural and then it wears off. And my first son was 32 hours of labor on Pitocin. 32 hours. He did have the cord around his neck twice, which the doctor was stupid and didn't realize, even though his heart rate dipped like 18 times. But anyway, so in the epidural, I didn't get that until 3 hours before he was born. So I worry if this like happens the way it's gonna happen in my head, where I go in at 37 weeks, I get induced, I get an epidural right away, or like 4 hours into it, and then it's like 20 hours later, the epidural's wearing off, and I need a C-section, and now I have to be put under. And if that baby passes away, I'm not going to be able to hold them, because the hardest thing for me when we had Sophia was when she started to get cold, when she lost her body temperature. And that was, I mean, she really went cold pretty quickly, but at 2 hours, she was very cold and I couldn't hold her anymore. It was too heartbreaking. And so I worry that I'm not gonna hear her cry or hear him cry, and it's scary to me, and it's so silly to worry about, but I do legitimately worry about it. I'm really scared about the epidural. I had an epidural with both the boys. One of them was because I had been in labor for 4 weeks, which is my youngest, before my water broke at 37 weeks and he was born, and I was exhausted. Like, my body was done and I hadn't been getting sleep. So I had an epidural and fell asleep, and then woke up and pushed him out, basically. And epidurals just scare me. I hate needles to begin with. I hate getting IVs. It's the worst thing in the world. I don't understand why it has to happen. So that scares me. And if they can't get it in right and all that other stuff. So that scares me. And I'm also really starting to get paranoid about twin pregnancies, because I always was sad that I never got to experience a twin pregnancy. And then right after we had Sophia, my mom pointed out twins, and my husband's been joking about twins, and I'm like, I don't know if my body can carry twins. It can't even carry a baby. So that freaks me out a lot. And so yeah, I'm scared. But I guess it'll be okay. We just gotta get pregnant first, and then I guess I can worry about it. But if you guys have any tips, if you guys have gone through high-risk pregnancies and that kind of thing, I really have no idea what to expect, other than I know I'll see my OB 1 week and then a high-risk doctor the next week, and I'll have ultrasounds every 2 weeks or every